This evening's katha, we look at the relationship between a son and father. Son in the personality of Prabhu Sri Ram, and of course his father Raja Dashrath. Sri Ram was informed by Raja Dashrath, said, "My son, you will be crowned king of Ayodhya." And when that came to the hearing of Kakaiee, the mother of Bharat, she wasn't too happy about the news. In fact, she was happy. But then her servant, Manthara, injected into her the feeling of jealousy, the feeling of insecurity, and this type of thing. And the whole circuitry of her mind collapsed. And she looked at things in another dimension. What she was seeing before was completely gone. Her mind was completely warped, and she was not thinking straight. And she remembered that Raja Dashrath had promised her 2 boons. There was a war in which she was fighting, and the wheel from his thing broke, and she put her hand as the axle. And because of the Raja Dashrath was so grateful that he promised her, he said, "Ask of me any 2 boons." And she said, "The time is not right. I shall ask what is necessary." And now, she utilized that particular moment to make her request. And she asked the 2 requests. He says, "I need to have my son Bharat installed as king regent of Ayodhya rather than Sri Ram." And the second request is that Sri Ram would go to Ban for a period of 14 years. Raja Dashrath, when he heard that, he couldn't believe that. He tells her, he says, "My dear, I don't think something is wrong. Are you making joke?" And then she gets even more serious. He says, "This is what I want." And when he realized that she was serious, he said to her, he says, "Look, I have no problem in installing Bharat as king. And even Sri Ram would not be annoyed about that. But I would not want, please, do not send Sri Ram to Ban. I can't live without my Sri Ram." But she insisted. And Raja Dashrath realized that he could change her thinking. But he had promised her, so he was between a rock and a hard stone. Yeah. He gave his word to Kakaiee, so he cannot break the word. And secondly, he gave his word also to Sri Ram, that he will install him as king regent. So he was in a real great predicament there. And because of that, realizing that he cannot live without Sri Ram, he went in a state of desperation. His crown was all on the floor. He was lying on the floor, and then his trusted servant, his name is Sumantra, he came up, and when he looked at the king, he asked, "What is happening?" And Kakaiee, he says, "Go and get Sri Ram, and when you come, then this will be unfolded, what took place." So I want to begin from that point. So Sri Ram comes and he sees his father. He says, "Mother, tell me, what is wrong? What has happened so that I can do something to alleviate the situation?" So I begin from that point. Tulsidas sings the Doha. And he inquires of Mata Kakaiee, what is the problem? And then she told him, he said he had promised me 2 boons. And now that I've asked of it, because of his love for you, he is in a great dilemma. What can you do about that? So he says, Sutta Sneha. Sut means the son, Sneha means love. Sutta Sneha means a love for his son. Sutta Sneha iti bachana ut sankata pare unaresh. He's saying, on the one hand, I am in this predicament between the love for my son and then the word of my promise. I made this promise. What can I do about that? So he's thus in this great dilemma. So Sakahuda ayasudhara husira bhete ukathin krish. So she's telling Shiram, he says, obey his command. And that is to go into the forest, if you can, and rid him of his great distress. Now he's perhaps thinking, just a few hours ago, I gave my word and told my son, you will become king of Ayodhya. Now I have to inform him just a few hours after that I cannot give you the kingdom of Ayodhya anymore. I have to give you the kingdom of the forest. So think of that situation. But the great thing about this thing is how Sri Ram responded. How Sri Ram responded. So she continues. Tulsidas is describing very meticulously the state of mind of these people, of Sri Ram and Mother Kakaiee. So in Chaupai, she says,